be careful, little eyes, what you see. I sang this song often as a child in Sunday school, unaware that one day these words would fill me with guilt and shame, making them impossible to speak, let alone sing. My eyes have seen many things, and declaring that you need to be careful with what you see makes you feel like a hypocrite when the addiction you're struggling with is pornography. I wish I could tell you that I recognized the addiction, took action, sought help, did the hard work, and that freedom came quickly and easily. But this simply isn't true. Freedom took many years and came in stages. I struggled in silence alone for years, but freedom would come. I didn't understand why this had to be the addiction that I was facing. And if I didn't understand the why, then it was certainly better to keep it to myself rather than risking judgment and rejection from others. Because you have to have some kind of handle on it before you let someone in, so you don't look like the ultimate sinner, right? Wrong. It would be years before I would understand the why and the how behind the addiction. In the meantime, my world grew smaller, and I grew suspicious of everyone. Keeping a secret is difficult with people in your life. You continually worry about having a consistent story, ensure that you have an excuse ready, just in case. You perfect your lying abilities, develop a posture of looking over your shoulder to make sure no one is watching you. You spend time practicing your best fake smile, all the while convinced that you haven't hidden your secret well enough and that people can see the addiction as though you were wearing a piece of clothing. And sometimes, in the dark, quiet hours of the night, guilt and shame wake you and tell you that you're unclean. So you make your way to the bathtub to try and wash off the filth and dirtiness, wishing it would circle down the drain, causing you to remember what it feels like to be clean, lovable, worthy. Your world becomes ear-piercingly silent. There's so much noise in your head and pain in your heart, but no speech coming from your mouth, no cries for help. Why? Oh, be careful, little ears, what you hear. It's because you believe lies. Lies that say that pornography is a men's addiction only, that it makes you a whore, that the church knows it's a sin, but isn't something that happens in our congregation, that it's unforgivable, that it disqualifies you for marriage, that you've lost the ability to see people as human beings and show compassion, that you're unlovable, that people would see you as addiction first and a person second, that it's specific just to you, that no other woman has ever had this addiction. These are lies that silence you, but somewhere in the mess of it all, Jesus reminds you that he gave you a voice, and this is where my freedom journey began. Oh, be careful, little mouth, what you say. Truth shatters lies and breaks the chains that bind. In silence, his voice spoke truth and spoke loudly as his truth redeemed, restored, and freed his daughter. His truth shatters every single lie of the enemy. His reminder and my understanding that I had a voice and the ability to speak his truth into and over my circumstances, my life, and addiction is the moment I realized that true freedom was available for me. His truth did break the chains on the shackles that bound me. In the repentance and surrender to him of my guilt, my shame, and addiction, I was gifted forgiveness, redemption, wholeness, and freedom. I no longer feel like the hypocrite when that Sunday school song comes to my mind, but rather I can declare in freedom, oh, be careful, little eyes, what you see.